All right, good evening, everyone. The May 15th, 2024 meeting of the San Mateo County Board of Education will come to order. As is our practice, this meeting will be recorded. The board provides remote access for members of the public and welcomes community members joining in person and remotely. The board is following the requirements of Assembly Bill 2449, which enables remote participation by board members only under specific circumstances. We use simultaneous interpretation in Spanish for those attending virtually through the end of public comment. Translation will continue further into the meeting if people are utilizing the channel. Thank you to our interpreter, Teresa Mendeville, for joining us remotely. For meeting attendees wishing to access the Spanish translation channel on Zoom, click on the interpretation button on the menu bar. We ask that all speakers be mindful of the Spanish interpretation and speak slowly and clearly. I ask board members to speak directly into the microphone and remind all speakers who are wearing masks to please remove their masks when speaking in order to be clearly heard by all attendees. Item 1B is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion by trustee Gerard and a second by trustee Cannon. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Item 2 is public comment. Guidelines for public comment are available on the SMCOE website and in board docs, as well as on the table outside the boardroom in both English and Spanish. If there are speakers who require Spanish interpretation, our interpreter, Ms. Mendeville, will interpret following each speaker's comments. At this time, members of the public may provide comments for topics not included on the approved agenda. The County Board of Education does not act upon any matter that has not been agendized except under limited circumstances as permitted by law. It is the policy of the County Board to refer matters raised in this forum to the superintendent for investigation and/or action where appropriate. Superintendent McGee, do we have any comments submitted prior to the meeting?
We did not.
Thank you. Speakers are invited to make live comment and have 3 minutes to speak. The board's executive assistant, Jennifer Perna, will keep the time and advise when the speaker has 30 seconds left. Please keep within the time limits. To make a comment over Zoom, members of the public may use the raised hand feature. Instructions for using this feature are provided as an attachment in the board packet. Once the hand is raised, please wait to be acknowledged by Superintendent McGee. Superintendent McGee, are there any members of the public attending remotely who wish to make a comment at this time?
I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, thank you. Members of the public may also provide live comment in person. Are there any cards submitted for live comment?
We do have one card from Janice Pellizzari. Janice?
Thank you.
Good evening, President Bedini, trustees, board trustees.
Ms. Pellizzari, be sure to speak directly into the microphone just to make sure everyone can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet, especially with all these people behind me. I wanted to do a real shout out to the county office for today's appreciation. Mr. Cannon and President Benini were there, and many of all the county office people. It was a very nice day. It seemed like everybody had a great time. So that's one shout out. And I'm personally going to shout out to CTE for at Gateway right now. They are doing a fabulous job, and watching what the kids can do in a different environment has been so great. And we're only in our 4th day, but it's something that really feels good in my heart. So I want to thank people for that possibility for them, and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Public comment addressing specific agenda items will be heard immediately before the board takes them up. If members of the public wish to speak to a specific agenda item, please use the raised hand feature when the item is announced, or if in person, please submit a card in advance of the item. Item 3A is the May 2024 Employee of the Month. Rashmi Kaur. Sorry.
Rashmi?
Rashmi, thank you. I apologize. I didn't ask for the, how to pronounce it beforehand. Administrative Assistant 2. Sorry about that, Rashmi. Curriculum and Instruction Services, Educational Services Division. Will Rashmi please join me in the middle of the room? All right. Each month, the board and superintendent recognize an employee for providing outstanding service. For the month of May, we recognize Rashmi Kaur, Administrative Assistant 2 in the Curriculum and Instruction Services Department. Rashmi joined the County Office of Education in April 2001 and has served in both the school programs and Curriculum and Instruction Services departments. Rashmi is an incredibly hard worker and will often anticipate the needs of the Curriculum and Instruction Services Department, making her especially valuable to the executive director and the entire team. Indeed, her team comments that Rashmi need only hear a whisper of a request and she will address it. Awesome. Rashmi's organizational skills and attention to detail ensure the department meets its deadlines and stays on top of its paperwork. She will also lean in to help her colleagues whenever needed. This year, when the team was down a staff member, Rashmi went above and beyond to ensure the work of the department continued smoothly. She took great responsibility for ensuring the success of the science fair from start to finish and was the last person to leave at the end of the day. Rashmi is patient and listens carefully to her fellow team members to understand and address their needs. Her ability to remain calm and offer solutions with a smile is greatly appreciated. Rashmi is the backbone of the Curriculum and Instruction Services team, and her contributions are invaluable to its success. Her colleagues appreciate her positive and collegial approach and are grateful she is on their team. We are proud of our County Office of Education staff and are pleased to recognize Rashmi Kaur for her outstanding work. Congratulations. Congratulations for being named Employee of the Month, May 2024. Oh. Well deserved.
Good evening, everybody. I'm deeply grateful for this incredible honor. And I would really like to extend my heartfelt thanks to everybody involved. Thank you so much.
And we have a couple of gifts for you right here. So there's a apple, I believe, and then a little gift inside of there. So congratulations again. Okay, next item 4A is the introduction of Lansine Torre, Coordinator, Special Education, Local Plan Area, SELPA. Welcome, Coordinator Torre. Are we?
Lansine is joining us remotely, so they're gonna probably pin him. There we go.
Yes, good evening, Board President Bonini, members of the board, and Superintendent McGee. Lansine Torre, and I'm the new coordinator with the SELPA at San Mateo County Office of Education. So prior to joining the team, I was an improvement facilitator with the System Improvement Leads Project, which was a partnership between El Dorado County Office of Education, SELPA, El Dorado County Office of Education, and the Riverside SELPA. Our main role was looking at spreading the continuous improvement methodologies, data use and governance, and also managing or leveraging high leverage change ideas across the state in service to better outcomes for students with disabilities. I'm looking forward to supporting the SELPA team with all things special education related and focusing on compliance, and then also supporting, trying to infuse some improvement work within our districts and within our own team.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, item 4B is the introduction of Danya Uni, who was recently promoted to Executive Director, District Business Services Division. Welcome, Director Uni.
Good evening, Board President Benini, members of the board, Superintendent McGee. I'm honored to be here today to introduce myself as the new Executive Director of District Business Services. It's been less than 2 weeks ago since I started this position, but I'm an old timer at SMCOE. My journey with the SMCOE started 18 years ago when I joined the IT department as a systems analyst. And I've had the privilege of holding different positions here at the county office as the coordinator of information system, manager of student information systems, and IT director. And my educational background is I have an undergraduate degree in engineering from India, and I have a master's in business administration from UC Berkeley. So I want to take this moment to express my gratitude to Deputy Superintendent Kevin Boltema and Superintendent Nancy McGee for entrusting me with this position. And I'm thrilled to start this new role as we are starting a significant transformation, especially with the implementation of the new ERP system. And I'm eager to collaborate with my team and to improve our efficiencies and provide excellent support to our districts. So I am confident that with the help of my team and under the leadership of Deputy Superintendent Boltema, we can build on the successes from the past and achieve even greater things in the future. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay.
So good evening, everybody, and welcome to the San Mateo County Office of Education. I'm Nancy McGee. I'm the county superintendent. This is really one of our favorite nights of the year, I think, that we are able to bring in all our community partners and our amazing students to honor your hard work and effort. And I think in the daily grind of the world can really weigh you heavy sometimes. And we need these moments of celebration to remind ourselves that our young people are bright and motivated and engaged in the world that they're living in. They're going to be capable leaders if they're not already leading, which you're going to see tonight. And our volunteers are part of that circle that circles up around the children and youth in our community and help us lift up the world for them. So it's really a pleasure to be here. And now I'm going to go back to the script. So welcome to the 2024 Volunteer and Recognition Awards presentation. Thanks to all our attendees for allowing the county board and our county office team to celebrate you. You had to get in your cars after all and skip dinner or whatever it is you had to do to be here tonight. We are looking forward to celebrating you, our innovative and committed students, educators, and community members who contribute to our county's rich learning landscape. And in the process, we all support student learning and success. As we go through tonight's program, we will invite honorees to come forward, highlight the individual or team service or accomplishment, and present the recognition certificates. At the completion of the presentation, we invite honorees to take advantage of the photo backdrop for pictures and then to join the celebration reception. So we'll save all photos for afterwards, and then you can grab some cake and meet each other. I do want to say that everyone's going to get a rose, and these are especially beautiful roses. They were procured with thought and come straight from Half Moon Bay, I'm proud to say. So we'd like to start by recognizing our volunteers tonight. In San Mateo County, volunteers play such an important role in supporting our schools and communities, and volunteers serve in classrooms and libraries. They organize events, coach teams, advise clubs, and serve on commissions and boards. In other words, you give your valuable time to, like I said, lift up our students. We would like to express our gratitude to these outstanding individuals assembled here tonight who've supported the San Mateo County Office of Education programs. Your contributions are invaluable and enrich the lives of our students in meaningful ways. So thank you all so very much. And I now invite Board President Bonini to introduce the first group of volunteers. And we'll trade off between reading and handing out certificates and roses. So I'm going to put down my microphone.
I want to begin. I just wanted to note that I don't know that the first certificates are the ones that are first listed. Are we handing them the certificates? You're going to do it. Okay. All right. We didn't rehearse. Okay. To begin, we honor our volunteers in the Court and Community School programs. First up are Chris Cannon and Doris Marai. Oh, okay. Oh, there's more to read. We're all read the rest. Sorry. Chris and Doris volunteer in the Judy Muma Library at Hillcrest School, and their generous gift of time working with students in the library ensures that students connect with engaging and relevant content and expand their learning beyond the classroom. Our students know that Mrs. Cannon and Ms. Marai are there for them, whether to suggest a great book or share an interesting lesson on current topics, or simply just to listen. Thank you both so much for your support of our students and our library. You are valuable members of our school program. Thank you. All right, up next is Joanna Jeffs, another special volunteer with the Court and Community School program. Would Joanna please come forward? Great to see you. Since last spring, Joanna has served as liaison for the 17th District PTA and the primary contact for the Court and Community Schools. She is a tireless supporter of our students, staff, and program. She organizes and provides delicious food and elevates recognition that our staff members greatly appreciate. We are thankful to you, Joanna, for your support and willingness to generously volunteer your time. You're welcome. Next, we honor Mike McCord and Desiree Thayer, volunteers with the Youth Climate Ambassadors Program. Mike McCord was unable to join us this evening, but Desiree, please come forward. The Youth Climate Ambassadors Program started in Burlingame under the direction of Mike and Desiree, and over the years has grown into a strong collaborative partnership that includes the county office and other organizations. Mike and Desiree tirelessly contribute time mentoring during bi-monthly workshops and provide students with coaching on their community impact projects. Thank you to Mike and Desiree for the inspiring work you do and for leading the next generation of youth to become not only stewards of our planet, but leaders in the environmental movement. Thank you. Our next group of volunteers are those who supported SMCOE's 2024 Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Fair, whose names are listed on the screen. Oh, it's a lot of names. This year, 39 volunteer judges reviewed and assessed student projects, remotely interviewed students, and selected the first, second, and honorable mention awards for each grade and category. The judges offered a considerable amount of time and expertise to support students and ensure the success of the fair. We couldn't hold the event without the judges, and we are grateful for their dedication and service. We now honor the 2024 Universal Pre-Kindergarten UPK Mixed Delivery Planning Committee member volunteers, whose names are listed on the screen. The California Department of Education tasked the San Mateo County Child Care Partnership Council and the county office with planning for the provision of high-quality UPK options for 3- and 4-year-old children through a mixed delivery system of school providers. To ensure a rich collaborative process, the CCPC established a planning committee composed of diverse community stakeholders who volunteered their time throughout the 2023-2024 school year. They established a common vision for UPK and engaged in planning activities related to high-quality UPK curriculum and instruction, workforce development, community partnerships, family engagement, and more. Our last group, there. A round of applause. As you can see, we have a lot of volunteers, so this is amazing. The last group of volunteers is the 2024 San Mateo County Tobacco Education Coalition Youth Advisory Group leaders, whose names are listed on the screen. The County Office of Education's Tobacco Use Prevention Education Program, or TUPE, co-hosts the Youth Advisory Group and County Health with County Health to ensure that youth voice is at the forefront of tobacco use prevention education. The Youth Advisory Group is composed of student leaders in 8th through 12th grades from across San Mateo County who give their time to raise tobacco prevention awareness, encourage help-seeking behaviors, and educate the broader community about tobacco use with a social equity lens. The Youth Advisory Group also leads an annual countywide youth public service announcement contest, public service award ceremony, and a community tobacco vaping waste cleanup. Let's give all of our amazing volunteers one more round of applause and an expression of thanks. I will now turn the presentation back to Superintendent McGee to introduce our recognition award winners.
Thank you, President Benini. And so our first category of recognition awards is for our 2024 California Distinguished Schools honorees. This year, 5 San Mateo County middle schools received a 2024 California Distinguished School Award from the California Department of Education for their progress in supporting student success. The program honors schools whose students performed well on multiple state indicators displayed on the 2023 California State or California School Dashboard, such as suspension rate, chronic absenteeism, and academic mastery in English language arts and mathematics. The state alternates between honoring elementary schools and then middle and high schools with awardees holding their title for 2 years. So each of these schools received a California Distinguished Awards banner that they will able, or flag, I don't know which you would call it, a flag that you, each school will be able to fly for the next 2 years with this award. So it's a good long win. So up first this year is Burlingame Intermediate School from the Burlingame School District. And would Superintendent Marla Silversmith, Principal Greg Land, and Board President Doug Brown please come up to accept the award. I guess we're just giving you roses, right? Yeah. No certificates? Oh, that's right. There we go.
There it is.
There it is. Here you go. And here's a rose. And Mr. Land, you got your rose. So Burlingame Intermediate School, folks. Next, receiving well-deserved honors is Central Middle School from the San Carlos School District. We are happy to invite Superintendent Jennifer Frentress, Principal Tom Domer, English Language Arts teacher Jay Richards, math teacher Jill Sabin, and board member Sarah Kinahan to accept this award. Got it? Okay, and big round of applause for. We're also pleased to celebrate Hillview Middle School from the Menlo Park City School District. Would Principal Danielle O'Brien please come up? Principal O'Brien, yay. And get you a beautiful rose. And of course, one more round of applause for Menlo Park. Now we recognize Ralston Intermediate School from the Belmont Redwoods Shore School District, Principal Sabrina Adler, and Board Vice President Jackie Bruno coming forward to accept the honor. Congratulations. And I'll get you a rose on this end. And then we're going to give them a round of applause. Also receiving recognition, but not in attendance tonight, this evening, is Corte Madera School from Portola Valley, but let's see if we can give them a round of applause that they might be able to hear in Portola Valley. Okay, we're gonna switch gears and go from the bloom to the stem. This year, we're honored to recognize the 2024 California Classified School Employee of the Year in the paraprofessional services, Sarah Sanchez, who is a paraeducator at Green Hills Elementary School in the Millbrae School District. Sarah, this nice long stem, because all of the love and the nutrients and value travel up the stem to get to the bloom. So stay here, stay here. This is a big deal for San Mateo County, and I'm actually rubbing elbows with you because you're a celebrity. Let's see, let me find my place here. Does your team want to come up and join you, or do they want to stay? You guys want to come up? Principal Carrie Dees, Superintendent Lisa Hickey, Program Coordinator Lourdes Sitkoff, BCBA Behavioral Analyst Christina Moeller, Director of Special Education Christina Passmore, and we're all going to get you roses and come stand together as a team. And I'm going to stand out here and read about Sarah and why this is such a big deal. This is our the state of California Classified Employee of the Year for paraeducators. I got to get it together here. That's so amazing. The state honored Sarah for excelling at making immediate nurturing connections with families in the Millbrae community. Sarah understands the importance of building strong relationships with parents and caregivers and actively engages with them to support student success. Sarah's advocacy for students and their families further demonstrates her commitment to ensuring that every student receives the support and resources they need to thrive. Sarah's natural leadership abilities, proactive approach, and genuine care for students and families make her an invaluable asset to not only the school community, but the county, and not only the county, but the state. Sarah's dedication to serving others and her advocacy efforts add to the positive and inclusive environment that we all work hard to achieve every single day. So I think Sarah deserves a standing ovation. I'm just going to say that. Our next recognition awards are for two, again, state awards. Actually, one is a state award and one is actually a national award. So get your feet ready because you might have to stand again. These are for two California Green Ribbon School Award winners in San Mateo County for 2024. First up, I'm really proud to say is our own San Mateo County Office of Education team who earned a gold level award for the California Green Ribbon Schools. So would Julie Hilborn, Coordinator, Environmental Literacy and Sustainability, and Ron Soper, Director, Sustainable Construction and Facilities, come forward? The San Mateo County Office of Education was awarded this 2024 California Green Ribbon School Award Gold level for adopting a number of sustainable and climate-ready practices. The county office has installed more than 7 electric vehicle charging stations across its sites, purchased 4 hybrid vehicles, hired, Ron, you can raise your hand, a director of sustainable construction and facilities, which is the first of its kind across the state, and launched a dashboard to track its progress in sustainability. SMCOE also provides a variety of programs to support San Mateo County schools, educators, and students. They assist school districts in creating sustainability dashboards, review their sustainability practices, meeting school waste reduction laws, and also helping schools apply for the Green Ribbon School Award. And we're currently working with our environmental education nonprofit partner, 10 Strands, to develop a statewide climate change and environmental justice curriculum for every grade level across the state of California. That curriculum will be ready for prime time this time next year. Congratulations to our team. We're so proud of everyone who contributed to the effort. So thank you, Julie and Ron. Thank you so much. The second 2024 Green Ribbon School Award winner is the Cabrillo Unified School District with a Green Achiever Award. And we invite Superintendent Sean McFetridge and Deputy Superintendent of Student Services, Leticia Batia, to accept. So The Green Achiever Award is the highest level award you can earn at the California Green Ribbons program. It is a national award. And their team will be traveling to Washington, D.C. over the summer to represent San Mateo County in our sustainability work. It's that time of year. I'm all teary about all kinds of things. So here we go. The Cabrillo Unified School District was honored with a 2024 California Green Ribbon School Award Green Achiever level for promoting environmental literacy and sustainability through strategic plans and district-wide initiatives. Cabrillo actively supports teachers and staff in designing project-based learning units, emphasizing environmental action and justice. They have established many community partnerships and are committed to providing diverse outdoor learning opportunities for each student. They have their 11-year partnership with our Safe Routes to Schools program focuses on strategic infrastructure upgrades and events promoting alternative transportation, and inspired their board to form a district environmental sustainability committee, which involves students, staff, board members, and community partners in shaping their sustainability goals. And that doesn't even mention the little Cunha farm that they put together for students. So this is a standing ovation, a national award for sustainability work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. Okay. We're also incredibly excited. This is, I think, one of the board's favorite awards, is the Outdoor Education Cabin Leader of the Year. And so we're honoring our 2024 candidate. And Eden, right, is attending remotely. So let's take a minute to get them up on the screen. Here we go. Allison, tell me when we're ready. Give me a head.
Yeah, so Iden is on the screen with Anna. So
Okay,
to be able to see her, she's there.
got it. Okay. So Iden is a student at Summit Shasta High School in Daly City, where students can choose outdoor education as their expedition experience. And they actually have the opportunity to return multiple times to outdoor education as a cabin leader through the school year. Iden, or Apple, as she is known in outdoor education, has been a cabin leader 15 times. This week being her 15th, because she's actually at Outdoor Ed right this minute being a cabin leader. She approaches her role as a cabin leader with initiative and care, and makes the week special for each group of students. The naturalists have loved watching her grow over the 2 years she's been participating, increasing her leadership and teaching skills each time. Congratulations, Eden. Thank you so much for being out there. We'll have to have you out to a board meeting soon so we can meet you in person, but do you want to say anything since you're so far away and we are honoring you?
Yeah, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to always be welcome at San Mateo Outdoor Education. I've learned so much, and I hope I can return as a naturalist one day after college.
You got it. We've already reserved a space for you in our application lineup. That's as far as we can go. Thank you, Iden. Thank you, Allison. And to Anna for supporting. All right, 2 thumbs up for this special award. We've been anticipating the arrival of one of our own students who attends our Gateway Community School. We're privileged to present a brand new recognition award this year, the San Mateo County Office of Education Student Program Award. For 2024, we recognize Rafael Campos, a senior at Gateway Community School. And will Rafael and anyone who wants to come with him join him at the front of the room? All right. Come on over here, this way. Okay, here we go. Rafael was unanimously selected by the court and community school positive behavioral intervention and supports team to receive this special recognition. Staff shared that despite the obstacles he has faced, Rafael has consistently shown resiliency and never lost sight of his goals. He is a kind-hearted individual who is highly supportive of other students while also staying focused on his own courses. Since enrolling at Gateway, Rafael has demonstrated significant improvement in grades and credits. He has been a top positive behavior point leader every quarter this school year and has received recognition for showing respect, attending class, being responsible, and increasing the sense of belonging for students and staff. He has worked hard to stay on track to graduate, and he will be attending the College of San Mateo with the goal of becoming a pharmacy technician, a radiologist, or a drug alcohol counselor. And we're really so proud. Congratulations. So we're going to give you Rafael's certificate. It's right here. Yeah, here we go. And then we just appreciate so much that you came all the way down and Rafael is here. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, our next group of celebrants are the 2024 Art Takes a Bus Ride winners. We proudly acknowledge the students whose artwork has been chosen for the 2024 Art Takes a Bus Ride contest, and this year themed as Exploring Nature with Samtrans. A distinguished panel of arts leaders meticulously reviewed more than 100 student submissions, handpicking 12 pieces to grace the 2 buses that will traverse the county for a year. So when you see that Samtrans bus with our student art, you know it comes from the best of our community, our young people. This bus reveal occurred on May 1st at an event hosted by Samtrans, and additionally, runner-up submissions are currently exhibited in the downstairs hallway of the county office building, which everyone is encouraged to explore before heading home tonight. You just head out that door there, down the hallway, and it's not very far, maybe 25 steps. And you'll see the art submissions, okay? It's with great honor that we now recognize the students whose artwork was selected. So we first invite up Luna Dye, kindergartner at Hillsborough West School in the Hillsborough City School District. Is Luna here? Luna, can I hold your hand and we'll walk up together? Okay, here we go. We have a certificate for you and a beautiful rose. And do you know that your artwork is going to be on a big bus that's going to drive around San Mateo County? Are you excited about that? All right. Way to go, Lynn. Thank you very much. Now we'll walk back to your seat. Okay. Up next is Bowen Howe, who, I'm not sure. First grader. Bowen, how do you say your last name? Howe. Bowen Howe is here. He's a first grader at College Park Elementary in the San Mateo Foster City School District. And Jiru, what was your art picture of? Do you remember?
Not really.
You don't really remember? But it was something about transportation, right? There we go. Okay. Way to go, Bowen. Okay, you can take your seat. Thank you so much. Okay, our next honoree is Max Sortino, third grader at the Cary School. Hey, Max. Congratulations. Way to go. And we have a certificate for you. Do you, can you describe your art so we know which one's yours when we see the bus?
So mine was coming from a city into nature.
All right, we love that. We're all about green transportation, right? From city into nature. You've got your green shirt on just to support that effort. Thank you, Mac. Really great. Okay, we want to welcome up Hanya Lin, fourth grader at College Park Elementary in the San Mateo Foster City School District. Is Hanya here? Hi. Did I say your name right? Hanya Lin? Okay. And Hanya, you're a fourth grader, is that right? Wow, she's so tall. Fourth grade was my favorite grade. Yeah, I thought so. What is your art about?
It's like a map with like a route with a sand trans bus that goes across the different parks.
Okay, so you mapped the parks. We got another green artwork here, and you put the bus driving through the parks, right? Awesome. Thank you. So good. Thank you. Up next, McKenna Reynolds, fifth grader at Lincoln Elementary in the Burlingame School District. Come on up. Hi, McKenna. Oh my goodness, you're a fifth grader? Ooh, look how tall these guys are. McKenna, what is your art depicting?
A sand trans bus going through a rainforest.
There is a theme going on here with our young people. Do you, what inspired you? Do you
I
know
don't
where you got
know.
the idea? Have you been to a rainforest before?
No,
Someday?
no.
Okay. Awesome job with your art. Thank you. Okay, lastly, we congratulate Mai Nguyen, seventh grader at Bowditch Middle School in the San Mateo Foster City School District. Hi, did I say? Me Nguyen. And Me is a seventh grader at Bowditch. And Me, how would you describe your art?
So mine was a sand trans bus swimming in the Horseshoe Lake.
Swimming in Horseshoe Lake. That's amazing. Did you keep is the bus keeping its head above water?
Yeah, no, it's all underwater.
It's all underwater.
Oxygen tank though.
It's got
Oxygen tank.
an oxygen tank. That's awesome. I love it. I can't wait to see that bus, right? That is Me's bus underwater. I see this on a wall in a gallery in Washington, D.C. someday. Okay, really nice job. Thank you. So not in attendance this evening, but also honored as 2024 Art Takes a Bus Ride winners are Stare Mausuf, Talicia Felica, Maylene DeJanis, Allison O, Maria Javorjan, and Valerie Lynn. So those are all our artists that will be driving through San Mateo County next year. Please give them a big hand. So we now turn to the honors for the 2024 San Mateo County Youth Over Profit Public Service Announcement, PSA winners. This spring, the county office's TUPE program, or the Tobacco Use Prevention Education Program, hosted the third annual anti-tobacco public service announcement contest for middle and high school students. The contest was student-led by the county's Tobacco Education Coalition Youth Advisory Group, whose names we saw on the screen not too long ago. The Youth Advisory Group selected the theme Youth Over Profit, so that's their selection. To showcase youth as powerful social change agents and to raise awareness of the tobacco industry's harmful marketing that targets youth. They received nearly 100 public service announcement entries in the categories of poster, audio, and video. And each category was awarded a first, second, and third place prize. So if you're interested in viewing the submissions, visit the news section on the San Mateo County Office of Education's website. And we're thrilled to honor the 2024 San Mateo County Youth Over Profit PSA winners, all or most of whom are in attendance this evening. So this is really awesome. First up is congratulations to Oscar Munoz, our 8th grader at Parkside Middle School in the San Bruno School District. Few kids these days. This is an 8th grade. So Oscar won first place in the audio prize category. That's awesome. What does that mean to be in the audio? Does that mean you taped a message?
Yeah.
Okay. And was there a time limit on the message? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think 70 seconds.
Seconds. And do you remember your key message?
Don't smoke.
That's the best one. I think you found the best one. Wait, that's why you got first place. All right. Thank you, Oscar. Congratulations. Okay, next is a team of students, Leonardo Barcia, Eric Ing, and Kai Tirado, who are 8th graders at Benjamin Franklin Intermediate School in the Jefferson Elementary School District. And these are first place video prize winners. So I can't wait to hear about your video. You guys need a rose, you know, special rose. Maybe you can feature this rose in a video. And who wants to speak about like how you put it together or what it's about? What do you want to share about it? Yeah,
Sorry.
Here, I'll hold your stuff and you take charge of that.
Okay.
Body this way. Good to go.
So for the video, we were using this software called Clipchamp, and we just put together a video over after school at Westlake, like one of our shopping malls or near our school, and we just went around, just took some clips, and we just put it together with some cool editing filters, and we just made the video about tobacco awareness.
And was your message also don't smoke?
Our message was don't let the tobacco industry suck you in like they have done for many others.
Okay, here's your stuff back. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations, well deserved. Next, we have another team, Sophie Schlushko, and you can correct my pronunciation in a minute, Samantha Duong, and our 8th graders at Parkside Middle School in the San Bruno Park School District, and their second place video prize winners. Are you here? Who is Sophie? Holushko. Ooh, that's fun to say. Okay. And you guys got second place in the video prize winners. So do you want to talk a little bit about your video? Just a quick little.
Yeah, so for our video, Sophie did most of the editing, and I'm so glad because I have no idea what to do with that. I'm an editing pro. I was a sick little boy. And I also want to thank Miss Ruby, our counselor, for letting us stay during our PE class to film our video. So our work was supported by our counselor because she allowed us to film and she helped us with our inspiration and putting together the video. Our inspiration was we wanted to bring light to what like evil the CEOs of tobacco have done and how they're basically hypocrites. They want us to buy their products and smoke it, even though they would never do that themselves.
I'm speechless. Thank you, girls. Really good job. Very nicely done. Thank you. So great. So we now invite up Aileen Yang, 8th grader at Crystal Springs Upland School, who is the 3rd place video prize winner. Aileen, congratulations. Eileen Yang. There we go. And a rose for you. Do you want to speak about your video? Sure. Okay, here you go.
So I used a software called Animation HD, and I animated a video that basically spreads awareness for how dangerous vaping is.
Awesome. Was this the first time you'd used the software? Yes. So you learned a whole new software and skill in doing this, and your message is helping the world. Thank you. So good. Next, we have Ethan Tam, 8th grader at Benjamin Franklin Intermediate School at Jefferson Elementary School District, and 1st place poster prize winner. So our first poster prize. Ethan, what's your, so I imagine in a poster, it's an art depiction, is that right? Can you talk about the medium that you used? What kind of paper, what kind of materials did you use for the art?
I mainly use Sharpie
Sharpies?
and I use like poster paper.
Okay. Do you remember your key message?
Like vaping can ruin your life.
Okay. And it is true. We're learning so much more about vaping. The idea at first was maybe it was better than smoking, but I think at this point we know that it's actually quite destructive to your body. So thank you for making your poster. Thank you. Welcome up Dylan Carmen, 11th grader at Sequoia High School in the Sequoia Union High School District, and 1st place poster prize winner. Dylan, congratulations. Coming from baseball practice? Yeah.
Sorry for the way I'm dressed. This was not intentional. I had to come straight from something. So sorry about that.
Game.
It was a game.
Oh, did you win?
Yeah.
Score?
5-4.
5-4. It was a barn burner. So can you talk a little bit about how you thought about this depiction of how you created this poster? What was your process?
Yeah. So I came across the opportunity for the poster at my school. I got emailed to my school email, and I made a digital poster. And I always noticed like kids at our school, a lot of talk about vape comes around because it's a pretty big. There's a lot of vaping going on at our school, and I noticed a lot of the flavors were very like kind of candy flavored and like targeted towards kids. So I just wanted to make a poster about how companies are trying to lure kids in using addictive like kind of dessert flavors. They have different flavors that like almost don't make sense, but they like are like basically like meals in a sense. And I feel like I just wanted to point out that they're leading to harm because they can kind of like suck kids in.
That's awesome. Thank you. Maybe you have a career as a marketer someday. Yeah. On the good side of things, right? All right. Thanks, Dylan. Is Caitlin Christman here, 10th grader at Sequoia High School? Caitlin, come on up. Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin is the second place poster prize winner. And Caitlin, you've kind of seen, do you want to speak about your poster at all?
Sure. Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I came across this in my multimedia class because DAA is awesome. And I was really inspired by the effects it has on your body, because you're so focused on the short-term like feeling that you don't really focus on the long-term effects. So I wanted to portray that through my art piece.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your work. It means a lot to the world and to your colleagues, and I guess your colleagues are your peers at this point, right? Anyway, congratulations. Thank you. So our last PSA winner is Jody Acuna Vicente, 12th grader at Sequoia High School, and third place poster prize winner. Jody, did I say your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, great, wonderful. And you're a 12th grader?
Yes.
Okay, are you excited about graduation?
Oh, yes, I really am excited about graduation.
Yeah. Do you know how many days you have left?
I think we have 16 to 15 days left of school.
We've got it pretty narrowed down, right? And do you want to talk about your poster?
Sure. So I made my poster because I had a friend that used to vape, and I was there for her during her time that she vaped, and I wanted to make a poster that paid attention to how they're feeling. So I wanted to make the poster in a type of light that was like, we're here for you. And I gave data that basically told you like, this is a trap and we really need you to stop. So I really hope that this helped her. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing that you are even doing that to care for someone that you care about. So thank you so much. Hey, thank you. So I think I started this section about, we all need this sort of brightness and joy and lift in our day. And I think I just got my share of it for the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for honoring our students. We have one more recognition, and then we'll turn you loose to the photo booth and the reception in the lobby. So President Benini.
Okay. So as Superintendent McGee said, we have one more recognition. I'm honored to say a few words about our 2023-2024 Youth Commission Liaison, Bethany Zhao. Bethany, would you please join me up here? Thank you. All right, I'll just talk about you a little bit first, then you can get your certificate. Okay. All right. Bethany is a student at Oceana High School and a member of the San Mateo County Youth Commission. She joined the San Mateo County Board of Education in November 2023. Since that time, she has attended and been an engaged participant in meetings, preparing in advance, providing useful insights, and asking thoughtful questions. More. Youth Commission Liaison Zhao has served as the board's liaison with the county office's environmental literacy and sustainability programs, and as a member of the board's ad hoc legislative subcommittee, where she shared ideas and engaged in discussions. The county board is happy to continue working with Bethany for another year, making this the first time a Youth Commission liaison has served a second term. Congratulations and thank you, Bethany, so much for being back. Would you like to say a few words?
So thank you so much for this recognition. From my very first day here, it's become clear that everyone cares about not just my being here, but what I have to say. I've had the privilege of getting to know everyone, and I can just tell how dedicated they are every single day towards working and ensuring that our youth have good schools and the support that they need to succeed. So it truly has been my privilege to be able to work with everyone, and for the opportunity, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bethany. So here's a rose, and I know we have a certificate and yes, and also a plaque with the resolution that our board passed last meeting, signed by all of the board members and Superintendent McGee, a joint resolution. So thank you, Bethany, and we're really looking forward to having you continue to serve with us next year. Yes, yes. All right. Okay, in closing, congratulations again to all of our incredible honorees. It's been quite an evening, so many volunteers and honorees. So at this time, we'll adjourn for a 15-minute recess and reception to celebrate our honorees. And I think we will reconvene at 8:30. That'll give us about a little over 15 minutes. So you're welcome to join, have photos as Superintendent McGee noted, and then join us for the reception. Thank you.
We have one more round of applause for all of
All right, we are coming back from our reception. And we're good online? Yes, okay. Before we move on to item 7, I just wanted to make a note that we are going to move item 12D to right before 9B, which is right before superintendent comments. And that will enable our youth commission liaison to depart before we do our closed session. So, item 7 is there a motion to approve the minutes of the April 26th, 2024 Board Budget and LCAP Study Session Special Board Meeting as presented?
So moved.
Second.
The motion by trustee Gerard and a second by trustee Torres. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes with a vote of 6-0, and the minutes for the April 26, 2024 Board Budget and LCAP Study Session Special Board Meeting have been approved. For item 7B, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the May 1st, 2024 regular board meeting as presented?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by trustee Alvaro and a second by trustee Gerard. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The motion passes with the vote of 6-0, and the minutes of the May 1st, 2024 regular board meeting have been approved. Item 8 is the consent agenda. The consent agenda is not debatable and requires a unanimous vote for passage. An item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular order of business for separate discussion and action if any member of the board, the superintendent, or the public so requests. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion by trustee Gerard and a second by trustee Cannon. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The motion passes with a vote of 6-0, and the consent agenda has been approved. For item 9A, Kevin Boltemus, Deputy Superintendent, Business Services Division, and Tammy Moore, Associate Superintendent, Human Resources, will present the public disclosure of the collective bargaining agreement between the San Mateo County Superintendent of Schools and the California School Employees Association, CSEA, and the unrepresented groups, confidential employees and management employees for the 2023-2024 year. Deputy Superintendent Boltema and Associate Superintendent Moore, welcome.
Good evening, Board President Bonini, members of the board, and Superintendent McGee. Deputy Superintendent Boltema and I are here tonight to share with you that the San Mateo County Office of Education has met and conferred with our unrepresented groups, which includes our management employees represented by RCMA and the SMCOE confidential employees. And tonight's public disclosure concludes the salary discussions for the 23-24 school year for all SMCOE employees. And Deputy Superintendent Boltema will present information about the public disclosure.
Thank you.
Good evening. This represents a 6% salary increase for both our confidential employees and our unrepresented management employees. Consistent with our other negotiated settlements, we also have an increase to our health and welfare contributions, both on an individual basis now and also an employee plus one. Additionally, for the confidential group only, they will also be receiving the $5,000 one-time stipend that is consistent with our other classified employees. Total cost of this agreement is $1,403,530. This is, although unrepresented group, it does represent kind of our largest group of employees. So it, compared to the other 2756 disclosures we provided earlier, this has a total higher cost. And I would say, last thing, this concludes our negotiations for the 24-25 year. And I would just say Tammy did an excellent job walking us through that process. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you both, and congratulations on that. Are there any comments or questions from the board? Okay, seeing none. Are there any comments from the public?
No comments from the public.
Okay, there is no action to take on this item. Thank you both very much. Okay, next, as noted before, we are moving item 12D. So let me find it, sorry. For item 12D, the board will discuss and act on the letter concerning girls and boys state. Superintendent McGee, do you want to start us off, or are we passing that over to Bethany?
I think Bethany will do an excellent job.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So I am one of hundreds of delegates to the American Legion's Boys and Girls State program. And I am one of hundreds of girls at the program who will be told that we don't have an opportunity that our male counterparts have just on account of gender. The American Legion is a veterans organization that holds Boys and Girls State in California. It brings together 1,000 students from all over the state for a week of learning about the government by doing. And at this program, 2 delegates are selected to attend the national program, Boys Nation. Girls don't have an opportunity to be a part of that. And this is an incredibly prestigious program. People at the national program get to not only learn about civic engagement, but they get to meet the president. They get to have a private tour of the White House, of the Pentagon, and so much more. And girls are barred from this opportunity to learn more about politics and to have this opportunity to grow just on account of gender. This isn't a surprise to me because this organization had a staff member, a chief counselor of this program, who called even letting girls attend the state program in California painful. He said that to a newspaper. It was painful to let girls attend this program. And it wasn't even a voluntary choice. SB 363 in 2021 recognized the gender inequity between the boys programs and the girls programs and set in motion a chain of events so that girls would finally be able to attend. But it wasn't a choice that the American Legion wanted to make. It was something that they were essentially forced to do. They didn't want to do anything to change the fact that at the girls programs, girls always have less funding and fewer resources. They didn't care. They only let girls into the program because they had to. And now that girls are there, girls do not have the opportunity that their male counterparts have just on account of gender. Girls can't go to Boys Nation and they can't go to Girls Nation either. Girls Nation is run by the American Legion Auxiliary, which is a separate veterans organization. So what's happening now is that hundreds of girls have no opportunity to advance to any sort of program and learn about politics. It's not possible to champion women in politics if they are being barred from even mock politics. So because I ask you to support gender equity and because I ask you to take steps towards ending this blatant discrimination, I humbly ask you to consider supporting the letter. I'm here to answer any questions you may have, and I would be glad to hear about what you all think about it.
Thank you so much, Bethany. Well stated. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Trustee Alvaro.
Aside from the fact that, once again, you rock. The American Legion, which represents veterans, are there no women veterans in the United States?
There are, but I've noticed that they are not very proportionally represented in the American Legion's leadership. And the American Legion's national leadership does know about this issue. The American Legion has said to a newspaper that the National American Legion is very well aware of the situation that hundreds of girls are being denied the opportunity to advance to the national program just because of gender. And despite them being very well aware of this injustice, they rejected the proposal for equal opportunity at last year's program. Despite nearly 1,000 delegates advocating for equal opportunity, the American Legion simply shot that down. They tried to compensate for their gender discrimination with a newly invented trophy, which doesn't compensate for their gender discrimination because nothing does.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Okay. Oh, Trustee Gerard.
Yes, I really appreciate you bringing this to our attention because quite frankly, I think all of us hear American Legion, American Legion, American Legion, and a lot of us know that there are American Legion buildings or organizations within our own communities. But I had no idea, quite frankly, I hate to say it, but I didn't, that there was that amount of discrimination. And so thank you for bringing it to our attention because you're right, it's criminal. And to say it's not fair is an understatement of the year. So thank you again. And you certainly have my support.
Thank you very much.
Are there any other comments or questions?
Are we calling for some action tonight?
So the request is there's a letter that I believe you drafted, Bethany, correct?
Correct, yes.
And it is, I don't know which page, but it's under item 12.
No, I see it.
Yeah. And so we're being asked, I believe, to sign on to this letter and show our support as the letter goes forward to the representatives or the leadership at the American Legion.
Exactly, yes.
So that's the request.
So again, does that take a motion?
Yes, it does. So
So I move that we support Bethany's very well articulated letter.
thank you, Trustee Cannon. Is there a second?
Second.
All of us are second.
Everyone? No. So there's a motion by Trustee Cannon and a second by Trustee Gerard. Is there any further discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. The motion passes 6-0, and I'm not sure the procedure, but probably we can figure out how we affix this, our names on. If you need any signatures, I'm happy to do that. Okay, great. Thank you for presenting. Absolutely. Good luck with getting them to do it. Okay. And then I think then we're on to 90, which is superintendent comments.
Yeah, I just have two quick comments. One is that it was very special that we were able to recognize a Gateway student here tonight. That took an enormous effort on a lot of people's parts to make that happen. I want to call out Coordinator Greg Fry for the work he's done out at the site in their PBIS work, and for recognizing Raphael's significant contributions to the community out there. So, and he did stand in the foyer and did hear everything that was being said, and it was deeply impactful for him. So thank you for allowing that, that this kind of event to happen. It's really very special. And then I would just remind everyone that the Pride Parade in San Mateo County is on Saturday, June 8th, and we, the County Office of Education, will have a contingent walking, and we'd love to have you join us, or any of your friends or family. They can wear a SMCOE t-shirt and be part of our contingent if you've got folks that want to participate. That's it for tonight.
Okay, thank you so much. And then before we move on to item 10, we want to allow our youth liaison to Bethany to make it home and study for her final. So Bethany, do you have any comments you'd like to share with the board before we go into closed session?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to share a bit about what I've been doing over these past few months. So recently, I've been working with the Center for Eco-Literacy, who's been representing the School Meals for All Coalition. They're advocating for the continuation of California's free school meal program for our students. This has been very important to me because we all know that hungry students can't learn. They can't do anything that schools were set up for if they're worried about where their next meal is going to come from. So this is very important to me that California continues this program and continues to support its students in this way, because by supporting a student's nutrition, they're not just supporting that, supporting all aspects of a student's outcome, from academics to socializing to so much more. So with the Center for Eco-Literacy, I've had the pleasure of meeting with Senator Josh Becker and Senator Scott Wiener to discuss the importance of the School Meals for All program. Additionally, at my high school, Oceana, we've held a Therapeutic Tuesday in partnership with the San Mateo County Office of Behavioral Health and Recovery. They generously granted us money and us resources to help support this student wellness event. It was amazing. We had therapy dogs, we had self-care activities, and many students were able to engage with that and take time out of the school day to attend to their well-being. Additionally, in February, I attended a conference with the Civic Education Center. Californians for Civic Learning was one of the sponsors for that event, and I connected with a leader from Californians for Civic Learning, and I was recently invited to join their executive committee, so that's something I'm very excited about. And thank you all again so much for supporting my American Legion letter. It truly does mean so much to me, so thank you all very much for that. And the Youth Commission Showcase will be next Thursday, May 23rd. Not exactly sure what time, but I know it's later in the day. I believe that all of you should have received an invitation. I would love to see everyone there. Plus, there's free food. It's always nice. And finally, thank you all so much for working with me over this year. And I'm really excited for another great year. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Bethany.
Bethany, I'm sitting here thinking, and when we were talking about the American Legion, I have a granddaughter who's a veteran. She spent 10 years in the Navy. So, it hits home. And I wasn't thinking about that until after we were talking about it. And I went, oh my gosh, Megan's a veteran.
When is that event take place? Is it next month? Okay. Well, I hope that they respond. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your comments early. We're going to move on to our item 10, which is 10A, our conference with legal counsel regarding initiation of litigation pursuant to section 54956.9C, one case. So we'll move into closed session. Okay, we are now back in open session. For item 10, the board took no action. Let's see. Next is our I guess go here, sorry. For item 12A, the board will engage in a discussion of board priorities for the 2024 San Mateo County Office of Education Local Control and Accountability Plan, LCAP. And Superintendent McGee, lead us in this.
At the board budget and LCAP study session, the school program leaders put forth a list of about 12-ish. I have them in front of me, but I don't have them numbered. Priorities that they shared with the teachers and the staff to kind of weigh in on where the teachers and the staff were feeling priorities should be placed. And that session ended with the same question to the board members, but we didn't have time to take a poll, so we put out a survey. And a majority of the board did reply to the survey. And I can share that the 4 top priorities, well, there was a top priority that emerged from the board members, and that was support for English learners as the top priority. There were 3 other priorities that all fell in the same level of weight, and that was support for students with disabilities, educator professional development offerings, and expanding programming to allow for individualized learning plans. So that was the board's feedback, and I will be obviously sharing this with the LCAP team. And I don't know if the board has questions or wants to explore any of those topics in more detail now.
Trustee Camacho.
We don't have to explore topics, but I really appreciated how we did that. I thought that was a really novel idea of just to get our feedback and then present it back. I love that. So thank you for whatever went into that piece.
Yeah, it's really concrete, feedback on what's most important from your point of view. So it's great.
Great. Are there any other comments or questions? Trustee Torres.
I'm glad those 2 were highest. For my day job as a principal, our incoming enrollment, I'm noticing that that's a huge demographics, both our English learners and students with disabilities.
Yep.
So that's how I based my decision.
Yeah, it's great because they more if you look countywide, most of our districts are receiving or have qualified for differentiated assistance because of outcomes for their students with disabilities. And so that's been huge on our radar. And then the English learner population is very high in this county in our schools. And we have a small enrollment that we should be able to really dial in and focus in on needs, individual needs. So I honestly think that the individualized learning plans go with both of those priorities. And so they, as well as educator professional development, all of it cycles up to meeting the needs of students with disabilities and students who speak language other than English.
Do you have a list of all of the items? I was just curious on how the formative assessments fared in the request. So we've been talking a lot about data and.
You sent it to me?
Street data and data in the moment.
I stopped at like 6, so I don't think it was there, but let me, Patricia did the whole list. So let me look that up real fast.
It sounds like a scary one, but I think it's. And local measures, I'm guessing that it's talking about. about the indicators, but that also is a little confusing.
Do you have it in front of you, Patricia? That would probably be faster.
Really?
Ninth in the list of priorities. Oh, here it is, survey data.
Okay.
You know, our using formative assessments is something that we're working on with our staff to inform instruction. And that's a long-term investment in changing practice, especially when you're in an environment like our teachers are, where they've got multiple grade levels and only a few kids. And then the summative assessments, we feel aren't that meaningful. They don't tell us very much about our students. So that's why we are focusing in on this idea of street data and what are more tangible ways we see our students growing and improving every day. So it's more about storytelling, talking about the ways in which we observe them. And then the formative assessment is important for noting ongoing improvement in skills. But again, it's tougher in our environment because of what I already said, but also because sometimes kids aren't in school every single day, day after day. And in the incarcerated settings, they might be there for a week and then they're gone. I mean, there's just so many dynamics happening. That's not an excuse. I think it's just when you look at these other things that we could be doing, I think they're probably have higher impact on immediate outcomes.
Okay. I have one other question or comment. I don't know if this would relate to the A to G course alignment, but one of the things I don't see on the list, which is something that might tie into a number of them, would be like not necessarily, well, like preparation for a successful transfer back, right, out of the programs, because that's the goal, I would say, for most of them, with options for the students, so that they have options to plug back in and be taking, you know, their typical classes, or that they are, you know, on, you know, that they're doing similar work, right? That they have the ability to go back and actually get credits and be caught up. I know we do credit recovery, but the word from, you know, like those who are advocating and the people observing the transitions, right? Like the JJDPC folks who actually help some of the kids, they aren't able to transfer a lot of that. So I know we're working on that as part of like one of the goals generally around.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the
That's a problem.
prototype designs we are coming up with through the design process. So.
Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know if it, like I said, if it ties into the El Capital, but I think it
I
maybe it
think
should.
this list was created initially for teachers. And so it was like, what is the focus of the teachers? What do they have influence over in their school day when they're with kids? So that idea of transitions is more about the system around the teachers and the administrators. So it wouldn't have been necessarily on a list for teachers.
Right.
So
So the A to G course alignment seems like it would fall there to me. Like, what do you think that meant to the teachers? Like they're going to choose how the students are getting, whether the work they're doing is going to be A to G aligned when they are there, or
that
in future?
right now, A to G course alignment is a systems issue where we've applied for that and we're working on that. So that's already happening.
I see.
But it's not, the teachers aren't doing that necessarily. Once we get approval on those A through G course alignments, and that will also further inform teachers' instruction. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Are there any comments from the public? Is there any public? Doesn't look like I don't see any hands. There is no action to take on this item. Okay, what number are we in? 12B. For item 12B, the board will have a second reading and take action on the updated policy for the attorney, quote, attorney policy discussed at the May 1st board meeting. And I think we addressed that at the last meeting. I don't know if you have any comments about it, Superintendent McGee.
There were no comments for revision or edit in the first reading. And so what you have before you is the same revised updated policy that you saw last time.
Okay. Are there any comments or questions from the board? All right. Is there a motion to approve this updated policy?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion by trustee Alvaro and a second by trustee Torres. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes 6-0. And the updated policy on attorney has been approved. For item 12C, the board will engage in a first reading of the updated policy on closed session. No action is required. The board policy will come back to the board at its June 12th, 2024 meeting for a second reading and action. Superintendent McGee, do you want to tell us anything about this item?
We did include the hard copy in your board packet of the red green lines. The green lines are new, obviously. The strikeouts are the old material. Don't be put off by how much is struck out because it's just rewritten after all the strikeouts. So the board policy subcommittee reviewed this and felt it was ready to come to the board. And I'm not sure, I would pass it back to you, President Bonini, to highlight what the board policy subcommittee focused on or felt was worthy of note in these updates.
Yeah, so we, when we reviewed it, we worked on it with Gina Beltramo, and there was some language that wasn't consistent with, you know, what we do in terms of the appeals. And anyway, so the changes have been reviewed by council as well. Obviously, that happens before they come to us as a board. And we feel that they're consistent now. So you'll see those changes. I don't know if I call out any specifically, but under confidentiality, there was a phrase added on page 1. Yeah. So are there any questions or comments? Okay. Are there any comments from oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, sorry. Are there any comments from the public? No?
No
Okay.
comments.
There is no action to take on this first reading. Sorry, we moved things out of order, so I got confused. Okay. We've done this. All right, we are moving on to 12E because we already did 12D with Bethany. For item 12E, the board had 7 ad hoc subcommittees, and we have representatives that are liaisons and such. When an ad hoc subcommittee meets or representative attends a meeting, board members may choose to bring a report to the board. And we have this, as we've noted in the past couple of meetings, this is now a standing item. So if you have any reports, now is the time. Would anyone like to report out on any meetings they've had? Trustee Alvaro.
I'll make it really quick. We had a meeting today, our subcommittee, which is Mr. Ken and Mr. Torres and I, with members of the Y and Superintendent McGee and Kevin Baltima and Chris Schaus, and it was a great meeting. I told them at the end that this is the best relationship we've ever had with the Y in the years I've been on the board. I'll work on a better report for the next meeting when I have a little time to think about it. But just a couple of things really quickly. I was really excited. I asked about fire mitigation because I know there's a fire access road, but you know, I asked about fire mitigation because we watched it in 2020. We watched the fire come right up to the creek, and had it jump the creek, literally had it jump the creek by another 20 feet, Jones Gulch would have been gone. And so I asked about that, and the answer was that San Mateo Resource Conservation District and CAL FIRE together are working together with the Y, and they had a $5.5 million fire mitigation grant, and they are in the process of putting a plan into place now that they already have been doing a lot, but they're going to be doing a whole lot more. And I think that's all I'm going to talk about right now.
Thank you very much. Does anyone else have any comments about that meeting or any other meetings that they've been in? Seeing none. Thank you very much for that mini report. We look forward to hearing more. And anyone who had, and so you know it's again, it's on the standing item. So if you have a report, you can either submit it or you can just bring it, and we'll just offer the option to report out. Okay. We're on to 12F, suggested topics for future board agendas. Are there any board members that would like to discuss agenda ideas? Okay, seeing none, there is no action to take on this item. And our 12G board members will comment. Mr. Cannon, would you like to go first?
Just to comment on the two really outstanding events today. The gathering at Gateway was really special, very, very nice, great atmosphere. People seemed to have a wonderful time, and the weather certainly cooperated. So that was just a nice start to our board day. And of course, tonight's volunteer honoring of the volunteers. Gosh, it was terrific. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Nancy, for organizing that and honoring all those people. And gosh, just great. Thanks.
Thank you. Trustee Alvaro?
I don't think I have anything else to report right now.
Okay. Trustee Camacho? Okay. Trustee Gerard?
Just a couple things. I am sorry I wasn't at the luncheon. I actually was in a Zoom meeting for the transition group on the CCBE handbook, which I felt like I needed to attend. I will also be attending the delegate assembly this weekend. And at that time, they will be voting on whether to have a Region 14, which will consist of county board members that were the previous board of directors. And they will also then elect a Region 14 director as well. So that will happen this weekend there. And I think that's it for this evening.
Okay,
Oh, no, one more thing. The presentations and the recognition of everyone this evening was just so heartwarming. I just loved it. And every single person deserved even more than we could possibly give for all they give to all of the kids and the talent and everything we see in our students in San Mateo County. So thank you. It was wonderful.
Can I add a quick comment to that? Because I should have thanked Jennifer Perna and Patricia Love for all the heavy lift of this event, Jennifer literally reaches out to every single person and gives them all the details, make sure they can get here and have everything they need. And it's really a lot of work. It's a work of love, but it's a lot of work. So I should have made that comment when I had my turn for comments. But I was trying to be brief. But I do want to really shout out Jennifer for her work and skill in this. And then Patricia's support is just phenomenal. So it's really special. It shows in how it turned out.
Absolutely. Trustee Torres.
Yes, it was great to see all our volunteers and especially our youth today. And then last Friday, we attended the Kent Awards to
Yes.
recognize our safe routes to schools. And that was great and great attendance. And some of our county office folks were there too. So thank you.
Well, all of my comments mirror everyone else's, but I'll just add, I was at those events and will be at Delegate Assembly, and thank you, Jennifer, so much for doing all of that work for the volunteers and recognitions. And then I just wanted to say thank you for scheduling a visit to Hillcrest next week. I look forward to attending. So hope everyone saw that in the updates with all the many end of year events. I'm grateful that we're able to get one more visit in by the end of the school year.
Could I just
Yes.
say, I won't be able to attend. I will be on an airplane. So I'm so sorry. I've been wanting that visit, but
We'll get a schedule next year of visits through the year so everybody can plan ahead. And if you do want to attend the May 23rd Hillcrest visit, please let me know so we know how many people to plan for.
Yes, so thank you for the note too. That's sort of something we've been discussing, is trying to get on the, earlier on the calendar so that we kind of know when things are coming up. And so it's not a surprise or like an extra lift. So thank you for working on that too. All right. The next regular meeting will take place on Wednesday, June 12th, 2024 at 7 p.m. And this meeting is adjourned.